Welcome to Motivemostery, where the wisdom of the ages meets the challenges of today. In today's video, we explore the life and legacy of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, one of the greatest literary figures of the German-speaking world. Goethe, renowned for his profound influence on Western literature and thought, was a master of poetry, drama, and philosophy. His works, such as Faust and the Sorrows of Young Werther, delved into the depths of human emotion and the complexities of existence. His writings, characterized by their deep exploration of love, nature, and the human spirit, continue to captivate and inspire. Join us as we delve into 30 of Goethe's most impactful quotes, unveiling the timeless wisdom that continues to resonate in our modern world. One ought, every day at least, to hear a little song, read a good poem, see a fine picture, and if it were possible, to speak a few reasonable words. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, a master of German literature, often explored themes of individuality and authenticity in his works. This quote emphasizes the importance of maintaining one's individuality in the face of societal pressures to conform. In our modern society, where external influences are strong, this quote inspires us to value our uniqueness and stay true to ourselves. If you treat an individual as he is, he will remain how he is. But if you treat him as if he were what he ought to be and could be, he will become what he ought to be and could be. Goethe believed in the transformative power of positive perception and high expectations on human behavior. This quote emphasizes the influence of how we treat others on their personal growth and development. In today's world, it reminds us of the importance of nurturing potential and inspiring others towards their best selves. A man should hear a little music, read a little poetry, and see a fine picture every day of his life, in order that worldly cares may not obliterate the sense of the beautiful which God has implanted in the human soul. Goethe advocated for the daily appreciation of art and beauty to maintain spiritual and emotional balance. This quote stresses the necessity of engaging with art to keep the innate appreciation of beauty alive. It encourages us to integrate artistic experiences in our daily life as a counterbalance to the mundane. Daring ideas are like chessmen moved forward. They may be beaten, but they may start a winning game. Goethe viewed bold and innovative ideas as essential for progress, despite the risks of failure. This quote likens daring thoughts to strategic moves in a game of chess, emphasizing their potential to change the course of events. It encourages modern thinkers to take risks and be bold in their endeavors, as these actions can lead to significant achievements. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe often emphasized self-reliance and confidence as key to understanding life's purpose. This quote reflects the belief that self-trust is fundamental to navigating life's challenges and choices effectively. It encourages viewers to develop confidence in their own judgment and instincts, highlighting that personal growth begins with self-belief. We do not have to visit a madhouse to find disordered minds. Our planet is the mental institution of the universe. Goethe's quote poignantly reflects his views on the human condition and the prevalence of mental disorder in society. This quote serves to challenge our perceptions of normality and sanity, suggesting that mental unrest is widespread beyond institutional walls. It urges us to reconsider our approach to mental health and to recognize the universal nature of psychological struggles. I have possessed that heart, that noble soul, in whose presence I seemed to be more than I really was, because I was all that I could be. Goethe's words reflect his belief in the elevating power of love and companionship. This quote conveys the transformative impact of being with someone who inspires us to reach our fullest potential. It suggests that the presence of a noble soul in our lives can help us become the best version of ourselves, enriching our experience of life. If I love you, what business is it of yours? Goethe often explored the complexities of love and relationships in his writings. This quote reflects his view on the independence of personal emotions and the subjective nature of love. It challenges the conventional notion of love as an interdependent dynamic, suggesting that love can be a personal and unilateral feeling. A man sees in the world what he carries in his heart. Goethe believed that one's perception of the world is greatly influenced by their internal feelings and attitudes. This quote highlights the idea that our worldview is a reflection of our inner self. It suggests that to change our experience of the world, we must first change what we hold in our hearts. You can easily judge the character of a man by how he treats those who can do nothing for him. Goethe's insights often touched on the nature of human character and ethics. This quote underscores the significance of kindness and altruism in determining a person's true character. It implies that the measure of a person's character lies in their treatment of those from whom they have nothing to gain. The human race is a monotonous affair. Most people spend the greatest part of their time working in order to live, and what little freedom remains so fills them with fear that they seek out any and every means to be rid of it. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe often reflected on the human condition, particularly the struggles within societal structures. This quote explores the paradox of freedom in modern life, where true liberty is often overshadowed by the demands of daily existence. It highlights the irony of how the quest for survival can often lead to a life lacking in true freedom and fulfillment. There is nothing more frightful than ignorance in action. Goethe's observations frequently touched upon the consequences of actions taken without understanding. This quote points out the danger of ignorance, especially when it leads to misguided actions. It emphasizes the need for knowledge and understanding before taking action in any aspect of life. If you've never eaten while crying, you don't know what life tastes like. Goethe's works often delve into the emotional depth and complexity of human experiences. This quote speaks to the bittersweet nature of life, combining moments of sorrow with everyday activities. It suggests that understanding life's full spectrum requires experiencing a range of emotions, even in mundane tasks. To think is easy. To act is hard. But the hardest thing in the world is to act in accordance with your thinking. Goethe often emphasized the gap between thought and action in his writings. This quote highlights the difficulty of aligning one's actions with their beliefs and thoughts. It points out the challenge of not only contemplating ideas but also the courage and effort required to put them into action. Know thyself? If I knew myself, I'd run away. Goethe frequently explored themes of self-awareness and the complexities of the human psyche. This quote reflects the daunting task of true self-discovery and the sometimes uncomfortable truths it can reveal. It humorously conveys the idea that full self-awareness may bring about startling realizations about one's own nature. I bid the chords sweet music make, and all must follow in my wake. Goethe's work often reflected his deep appreciation for the arts, especially music and poetry. This quote suggests the power of artistic creation to inspire and lead others. It metaphorically represents the influence of an artist or a leader whose work or vision compels others to follow. Niemand mehr, Sklave, als der sich frei ohne es zu sein. None are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free. Goethe's works often delved into the concepts of freedom and self-delusion. This quote emphasizes the irony of perceived freedom versus actual enslavement, either physically or ideologically. It serves as a poignant reminder to critically evaluate our own sense of liberty and not be blinded by false perceptions. Nothing shows a man's character more than what he laughs at. Goethe believed that humor and laughter are reflections of a person's deeper character and beliefs. This quote points out that the things we find amusing can reveal much about our values and personality. It encourages us to be mindful of our reactions to humor, as they can be telling of our true nature. A person hears only what they understand. Goethe's insights often touched on the limits of communication and understanding. This quote highlights the challenge of truly comprehending and empathizing with others' perspectives. It serves as a reminder of the importance of open-mindedness and the effort to understand beyond our own preconceptions. I have so much in me, and the feeling for her absorbs it all. I have so much, and without her it all comes to nothing. Goethe often expressed the intensity of human emotions and the impact of love in his writings. This quote poignantly captures the all-consuming nature of deep affection and the void felt in its absence. It reflects on the transformative power of love and how it can redefine one's entire existence. By seeking and blundering we learn. Goethe's philosophy often embraced the value of experiential learning and the importance of making mistakes. This quote highlights that the pursuit of knowledge involves trial and error, and mistakes are integral to the learning process. It encourages an acceptance of imperfection and a recognition that growth often comes from our missteps. Things which matter most must never be at the mercy of things which matter least. Goethe frequently contemplated the priorities of life and the distractions that can derail us. This quote underscores the importance of focusing on what truly matters, rather than being overwhelmed by trivialities. It serves as a reminder to prioritize our core values and goals, ensuring that our most important pursuits are not hindered by lesser concerns. Magic is believing in yourself. If you can do that, you can make anything happen. Goethe often spoke about the power of self-belief and the human potential to achieve greatness. This quote emphasizes the importance of confidence and faith in one's abilities as the foundation for success. It encourages individuals to believe in their own capabilities to make their dreams and aspirations a reality. The world is so empty if one thinks only of mountains, rivers, and cities. But to know someone who thinks and feels with us, and who, though distant, is close to us in spirit, this makes the earth for us an inhabited garden. Goethe highlighted the value of human connection and the shared experiences that enrich our lives. This quote reflects the idea that relationships and emotional bonds give meaning and depth to our existence. It suggests that the beauty of the world is truly appreciated through the connections we share with others. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Goethe consistently advocated for the application of knowledge and the importance of taking action. This quote underscores the necessity of translating ideas into action and not just being content with theoretical understanding. It serves as a motivational call to put our thoughts and intentions into practice, bridging the gap between contemplation and execution. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe frequently stressed the importance of action over mere knowledge or intention. This quote underscores the essential step of putting knowledge into practice and the need for proactive effort beyond just wanting to achieve something. It highlights the gap between theoretical understanding and practical application, urging us to act on our knowledge and desires. There is nothing worse than aggressive stupidity. Goethe often commented on human folly and its consequences in society. This quote addresses the dangerous combination of ignorance and belligerence, which can lead to destructive outcomes. It serves as a warning against the perils of acting without understanding and the harm that can arise from unthinking aggression. Instruction does much, but encouragement everything. Goethe expressed his views on education and mentorship. This quote highlights the role of encouragement in learning and personal development, going beyond mere instruction. It suggests that while teaching imparts knowledge, it is the support and motivation from others that truly inspires growth and achievement. Every day one should at least hear one little song, read one good poem, see one fine painting, and if at all possible speak a few sensible words. Goethe emphasized the importance of daily engagement with art and culture for intellectual and spiritual nourishment. This quote suggests that integrating artistic experiences into daily life enriches one's soul and mind. It encourages the appreciation of beauty and wisdom in everyday life, reminding us of the value of small but meaningful experiences. Life belongs to the living, and he who lives must be prepared for changes. Goethe's writings often reflected on the nature of life and its constant evolution. This quote emphasizes the inevitability of change and the need for adaptability in life. It serves as a reminder that embracing change is a fundamental part of living and that resilience is key to navigating life's uncertainties. Appreciation for joining our journey.